Good morning, Chavra. Today is the 20th day of Sivan. It's a beautiful Monday morning, a little rainy, but that's a sign of blessing, so that's okay. I would like to dedicate today's shir in loving memory of Shirley Levitan on her first yard site, Sarah Rezel Bas, Harav Elazar Shmuel, and Neshama Shav and Aliyah. Phil, you're here with us, so we're gonna learn a little bit, and Mitshem, the Shama of Shirley will have an Aliyah, and she will also join us in spirit for the shir. I also want to dedicate the class and our learning to all the Jewish people in Eretz Yisrael, unfortunately, to the victims who've perished due to the attacks from our enemies, as well as to the survivors who are wounded, who need refuah shalema, and all those who are displaced, and all those that find themselves in harm's way, and all Jews around the world that need chizuk, that need strength, that need uplift, that need us to be together and united. And we need Torah and mitzvahs more than ever before. So let's learn in today's lesson, time and space, meaning the universe, are justified, meaning propelled into existence by Malchus Adnus, sovereignty, as previously explained. But as Malchus exists within its own source, which is Havaya, the name of Hashem, as united with it, its source being pure godliness beyond time and space, it loses its separateness. So when it has Malchus Adnos, it's created and it's a universe with time and space. But when it's pure godliness, it's above time and space. Hence, existence at this level is Yehuda Ilah, a higher level of unity with God. And we're in continuation of chapter 7 in Shar HaYichud Ve'emun. The term world can be applied solely to that which possesses a dimension of time and space. Space refers to east, west, north, and south, upward and downward. And when it comes to time, we're referring to past, present, and future. So only with regard to entities that are subject to the limitations of space and time can the term world, as we know it, exist. Vihine, can the term world be applied? Vihine, kol b'chinas elu ein lahem shayachim midas hakadosh elyonos. All these dimensions of space and time have no relation to the holy supernal attributes of the world of Atzilus, because those attributes are infinite. Atzilus means Eitzel, very close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the essence of God. As explained earlier, the attribute of Chesed is infinite. So too the other attributes in the world of Atzilus. So by definition, they are not at all subject to the limitations of time and space. Only concerning the attribute of Hashem's Malchus is it possible to say Shaykh Lemar Shu Yisbarich Melech L'mayla Adin Ketz L'mata Adin Tachlis V'chein L'dalit Sitrim. Only concerning the attribute of Hashem's Malchus is it possible to say that Hashem is king above with all end and below without limit, and likewise in all four directions. This means to say that God is king of all creatures, from the very highest to the lowest. Thus, when speaking of Malchus, sovereignty, it is in order to use terminology that has some relationship to space, such as higher and lower. This indicates the Malchus itself has some relationship to the aspect of time and space. If it's time and space, it also concerns dimension of time, meaning the attribute of Malchus is in some small measure related to time, as it is written, Hashem Melech, Hashem Molech, Hashem Yimlech, Le'elamod. God reigns, God has reigned, and God will reign, meaning Hashem's reign is related to present, past, and future, which is dimension of time. Otherwise, we wouldn't say it. So the concept of kingship is above and below, and also past, present, and future. The energy, the life force of space, and likewise of time. And they're coming into being from nothingness. The kiyumam calls man kiyumam, and their existence, as long as they shall exist, are midas malchusi isbarech b'shem adnus baruch hu. They come into existence from Hashem's attribute of malchus, from the name adnus. Lefisha midas malchusi isbarech miyuchedes malchusi v'atzmusi isbarech betachlas hayichud k'mosh isbarech. And since God's attribute of malchus is united with His essence and His being in absolute union, as will be explained soon, Hilkach, Hilkach gam b'chinas hamakim v'azman b'telim b'mitzius mamish legabe mahuzav etzmusi yisbarech kibitul shemesh b'shemesh. Space and time, which are created from malchus, are therefore also completely nullified in relation to God's essence and being. Just as sunlight is completely nullified within the orb of the sun itself. This means to say, as long as malchus, the attribute of sovereignty, of kingship of Hashem, as long as it still exists in a state of complete union with God and His essence and being, space and time, the source of the world, as found within the attribute of malchus, are nullified relative to Hashem. So this state is called higher level of unity. A higher level of unity. It exists only before the descent of malchus through various tzimtzumim in order to vest itself in the lower worlds. And once it goes through that, then there could exist space, north, south, east, west, up and down, and time, past, present, and future. And this is the meaning of the alternation of the letters of the name Adnus with the letters Havaya. Yud Ke Vav Ke. When the letters of one divine name are alternated with letters of another, the name whose initial letters appears first is the dominant one. And the name being intertwined and encompassed by it. So if, for example, the first letter, is the initial of the divine name that designates Chesed, and the second letter is the initial of the divine name that designates Gevura, the relation of Chesed will predominate. So how does this work out? Yishem Havaya, which is Yud Ke Vav Ke Meira Shehu L'mayla Min Hazman. The essence of Hashem, which is Havaya, it's one with God, transcends time and place. It's higher than time. Shehu Haya Haya V'yeh B'rega Echad. It's all at the same instant. There is no instant. Instant sort of lends to think that there's a time, like right now. That's an instant. No, there is no. It's all. There's no time. Past, present, and future meld into one within the name Havaya, indicating that Havaya transcends time. Just to make us understand it a little bit better. So it's like the world is being created, and Avram Avinu, and Moshe Rabbeinu, and the Beis HaMikdash, and the Galus, and La'asid Laveh and Mashiach, all at one time. There's no past, present, and future. That's the way we're looking at it. But really, there is no time. So if you can't even say the beginning and into one. So past, present, and future meld into one with the name Havaya, indicating that Hashem transcends time. Havaya transcends time. Guys, this is all deep stuff. That's why it's in this section called Shara Yichud Ve'emunah, the gates of unity with Hashem and Emunah, complete faith. And likewise, the name Havaya transcends space. The name Havaya transcends not only time, but also space. 1 second, we're almost done. For Havaya continuously brings into existence the whole dimension of space. Havaya brings into existence the whole dimension of space, from the uppermost level of space to the lowermost level of space, and the four directions. Clearly, the name Havaya transcends time and space. Then we have Malchus and Adnos, which do bear some relation to time and space. Nevertheless, since the name of the letter of Adnos are interspaced within the letters of the name of Aya, so they're really intertwined, the dimension of time and space are completely nullified in relation to Hashem. This Inyan, this whole idea, this is a state called Yichud, Yichuda Ilah, which is the higher level of unity. And the fact that it is called higher, it's really beyond our reach and scope to understand. But at least Alter Rebbe gives us a little bit of a foundation, a little bit of background. So the takeaway is, do not let the facade of creation confuse you. Remember that at all times, that the world is really an expression of the infinite Hashem. The infinite Hashem cannot be confined to time and space. It might look otherwise. We feel real. Hashem wants us to have this independent existence. But in reality, it's all Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. It's all really God. Amen. That concludes today's shir. May the neshama of Sar Rezel Bas Rav Elazar Shmuel have the highest aliyah.